Hello and welcome back to another game on Arena. This time a 2v2 featuring Slam here in green as the Tatars, his ally in blue Wolfender, Saracens. Then we have Flashkit in yellow as the Huns here, and X-Force in red as the Slavs. Now I think this is the first game that I'm casting on a new patch, therefore we're gonna see the flaming camels here from Slam. I hope it's gonna be an interesting game. I saw parts of it, so I know some parts of what's happening. Not sure what happens in the early ages. I'm gonna go faster if it's possible. Of course, team game means more units, and my laptop is not really made for that. But let's see how good it's working. We have Slam with the main gold quite safe in the back here. Second gold on the side, actually quite safe as well. Main stone forwardish towards his enemy. Third gold and second stone on the right hand side, which is outside, but it's on the middle, on the flank, right on the pocket, directed to the pocket, which there is no player obviously in a 2v2. So that's not too bad for him, and two relics close to his base as far as I can see. We have Wolfender with the main gold and second gold safe in the back. That's not quite nice here. Does not delete the walls, but he could actually main stone forwardish, second stone forward outside. So if he's getting trashed, could be interesting. We have the third gold on the left hand side. Outside is extra gold and extra stone between those two players. Extra stone, not so far away either. Four flash kits. Third gold outside, second stone outside, and we have the main stone quite safe in the back, second gold in the back, and the main gold safe in the back here. Four Ibex inside as well. Not sure. I think the Ibex are spawning inside the arenas in the new version of the map. So that's fine for everybody, I guess. We have, it makes it a little bit easier. We have a gold in between the two players, one relic quite close here, extra gold, extra stone. There's a lot of resources on this map, and it's a team game. And we have X-Force as the Slavs. Lots of farms up already, interesting to see. See luring, the Ibex is taking him with a mill here actually, not going for the barracks. This is very uncommon, not sure what their level is. And he's going with the barracks outside and quite late. He should have had that up early on. The boar's outside, not sure how that happened, and he's got 3 villages on stone. I imagine that this game is not really a high level game here, except for Slam obviously, but it's not a big problem because we want to see something funny happening. We have the second gold safe in the back here, and am I missing a stone? Wait, that's the main stone. Am I missing resources? Where's that second stone for him? I don't see it. It's forward, and he's taking that. So 3 villagers on the main stone, 3 villagers on the second stone. The mining camps directly adjacent to the stone, and the villager is trapped. So you can see this is not really ideal. We have an interesting strategy here for Flashkit. He's going with a forward castle on that stone. Wolfender now up to Castle H. What is his plan here? He's going for the monastery. Interesting. Does he want to go for relics? Doesn't really make so much sense, to be honest. And TC coming up here. Slam probably going with a boom as far as I can see. He's got a second TC on the gold, third TC on the main gold, or the other way around. So 3 TCs up and running. And he's gone with the monastery as well, so he wants to go for relics too, apparently. Going with the 4th TC outside. Looks like he's gonna go for some booming here. And in the meantime, the action is happening in blue player space with Wolfender, where the second forward castle is coming up for Flashkit here. He's going with Tarkans, no upgrades on those, but Tarkans can take down buildings really fast. That tower doesn't really do a lot. I think it was just to prevent any units from attacking the walls, but the castle is going to make sure the tower is going down. And we have Wolfender actually going with bigger walls here. It's not really looking too promising, to be honest. A lot of wood in the bank, a good amount of food, but no gold in. No siege. He's got an archery range for a crossbowman upgrade actually, but no military units, and the Tarkans going through the walls fast, and now this is open. So Wolfender might be in trouble actually by a simple castle drop, which is interesting. He should be able to defend against this, but now as he doesn't have military units, the Tarkans can go in and try to do some damage at least. Suddenly the walls which he left up are helpful, as the lumber camp is safe really, and that's surprising for me. It looks like he's gone only for 2 TCs here. I imagine Flashkit is on 1 TC, or does he add a second TC in the meantime? No, doesn't look like it. 1 TC play, and that's looking quite decent, to be honest. What he's doing, he's almost got enough stone for a 3rd castle, which he probably wants to put up next on that, next to the main TC. The gate was open to villagers, so the 2 crossbowmen are actually going to die. Slam in the meantime is on the way up to Imperial Age, going with the 1st castle here. Got enough stone for a 2nd castle, going for barracks now, a few houses coming up, and I think you saw in the thumbnail, Slam going for that row of castles. I hope I can get it on one screen actually. And in the meantime, there's a monk now converting a Tarkan. I like this idea, but still not enough military units. The Tarkans are going in, the archer range is going down. Wolfender is in trouble, to be honest, and the TC should not fall to the Tarkans. They have +2 defense though, and I think Bloodline's also done. So another monk going down. Wolfender is in trouble. I think Slam should maybe try to help out here. He's going with barracks, sending some pikemen now, but he's focusing on his castles, and I think he wants to go for the flaming camels immediately. He wants to try out that unit. In the meantime, we have red player X-Force with good resources except for food somehow. He's not advancing to the Imperial Age yet. He's got a lot of wood, a lot of gold in the bank, the economy not really balanced. Do we see a third castle for Flashkit somewhere? He's got a lot of stone, he's got villages forward, he could go for that, but he's just using the Tarkans to actually take down a TC finally. Wolfender is in trouble, and I think he should move villagers towards Slam here. He's got a few crossbowmen outside, not doing anything here. Slam is taking stone and gold. A lot of villagers. Slam probably on 130 villagers and more. 5 castles up, and I think he needs to go for that unique tech to get what is it? Timurgit Siegecraft, something like that. I'm not sure how it's called, but then you get the flaming camels as far as I know, and if you go for siege engineers, then 19 range. Yeah, the Timurgit Siegecraft, 19 range trebuchets, which could actually make a difference here. The +1 range was not really helpful. Even the +2 with siege engineers doesn't really do a lot of damage. But having 19 range could be interesting. And the flaming camel production is starting. So Slam is going for that unit. Flaming camel, 20 attack, 75 HP, no armor. I don't know about this unit. I know it's supposed to be good against elephants or cavalry in general. And apparently it was used historically to distract elephants. Slam now has 7 castles in a row and is going for more and more of those flaming camels. I have no idea how much they cost. Didn't really look that up, and I don't really care, as Slam is now sending those flaming camels to probably try and attack the Tarkans. Finally, the 3rd castle is up. And in the meantime, we have longswordsmen moving into Slam's castles. Yeah, that's not gonna work. And Slam is going with more of those camels. He's non-stop producing. They can't really cost too much, I guess. And the flaming camels trying to go, but there's no more Tarkans left. Only a few around the TC, but that's pretty much it. So Slam is gathering all his camels, and oh wow, look at that amount. This is just crazy. How many does he have? I can count 60, and there's more in the field. Now Slam is moving in to... Is he moving in actually? That's beautiful. Look at this. Wow, the flaming camels moving forward to attack the buildings. That's not really what you want to do here, but it's just pretty to see. So Slam is having fun, obviously, and he's now using the trebuchets. Let's see how good the champions are. Can they survive? I guess the champions are okay-ish against the camels. They don't really die too fast. As far as I know, the camels have bonus against either cavalry or elephant units. Not sure about it. And Slam is just having fun here. In the meantime, looks like Flashkit is putting more pressure on Wolfender here. Slam is not sending any units here other than the flaming camels. He doesn't really have anything, and Trebuchet is now trying to... Oh, sorry, need to go back for a little bit. Trying to attack and actually successfully take down the castle, but at the same time there's 2 trebuchets hitting Slam's castles, and one is going went down already. So Slam now maybe has to change into something resourceful. Kashyyyks on the field, which makes sense, I guess. What is that, a raiding cavalry? Is that correct? I'm not quite sure about it. I think it's the one that is generating gold when fighting. Second castle down, trap going down here. Slam is not really looking too good. And in the meantime, Wolfender is barely surviving, having another TC at the back, so he's got 3 for now. This one, though, could go down. And more Tarkans coming in for Flashkit here. Fully upgraded Castle Age Tarkans. Those 2 are not up to Imperial Age. We have a lot of elite Kashyyyks now on the field, missing a few upgrades as far as I can see, and the fight is happening. Slow down a little bit. Can the champions do damage against those Kashyyyks? I guess the stats are not too bad for the champions. Kashyyyks though 160 HP, as it is a cavalry unit, but Slam's using yet another castle, so if those 2 trebuchets hit it one more time, I think Slam is only gonna have 3, and he had 7 before. Kashyyyks now fighting here, and I think that's what Slam said. The camels are actually disabling the fighting sounds here, so Slam wasn't really notified when there was a big fight happening, and apparently that's a bug that needs to be fixed very soon, in my opinion, because it's really annoying. So now I cannot hear anything, and I guess you can't either. Slam has a few trebuchets here. Do you want to attack the castle? I don't know. Siege workshop not going up. There is Tarkans here, there is skirmishes here. Let me go faster for a little bit once again. And Slam has the score lead, but his team is behind, as Wolfender is barely hanging on to the few villages that he has. 41, a few pikemen actually on the field. He's finally moving to the left hand side, where he could be a little bit safer. safer. Now Slam is saying, let's send some Kashyyyks in, some elite Kashyyyks actually. Let's try to do some damage, and I think he should be able to take down the castles if he really wants to. Elite skirmishers shouldn't be able to do a lot, and does Slam still have the trebuchets around? No, I don't think so. There is a TC in the middle, and Slam in the meantime, as he's sending his units to the other side, he's losing to the Halberdiers, and look at that spam from X-Force. Very nice to see. He's got 122 villagers, 4 or 5 TCs maybe, a good amount of farms as far as I can see. 47 is maybe not too well, but it's okay. A lot of food in the bank, which is a big mistake. And Slam has 3 castles left, and in the meantime, as he's getting attacked, Kashyyyks, not sure what they're doing. They're moving out to yellow space, is that correct? Slam is missing those trebuchets or something to counter the castles, but Slam has trouble at home as the champions, and Halberdiers are moving forward. A few pikemen from the Hans player here as well, and this is looking good for X-Force. He is putting a lot of pressure on Slam here. How do you defend against this? Slam doesn't have military units at home. He's sending the Kashyyyks forward, a lot of them actually, but he's not going to find an opening here, and Red is also still completely walled, no overchopping, no nothing. 47 minutes in, Slam is losing a TC, but why are the Halberdiers and champions now going back? Wow, that's a really ballsy castle. That's a Jon Snow castle, to be honest, because he's always putting dangerous castles. If that one is going up, Slam might be in real trouble, but I think Slam is not going to allow this castle to actually happen. Now he's got hand cannoneers on the field, so he wants to defend against the infantry units, which makes sense. He's also sending the Kashyyyks back, as he probably didn't find any raiding opportunity. And the castles from Flashgate still around. Flashgate, is he on the way up to Imperial? Is he up to Imp? No, and he could go. He has a lot of resources to do that, but apparently he doesn't want to go up to Imperial Age, which is a mistake in my opinion. I guess Wolfender doesn't have the resources. He's got a lot of gold in the bank, but that's pretty much it. And for now he's not under pressure, so it's not a big problem. And there's more champions moving into Slam space. That castle is not going up, as now the Kashyyyks are around, hand cannoneers following up, and that army is pretty much trapped. They might be able to go for another TC here. That shouldn't be too difficult to take it down, but what else? Slam is on 87 villages for now, hiding a few more, and now the Kashyyyks are coming in, and the hand cannoneers should follow. The cast is not going up. Would have really surprised me, to be honest. And Red is sending more champions, but he needs something to fight against the hand cannoneers. Maybe some skirmishers from Yellow could be helpful. Maybe he could do his own skirms. I guess those from the Huns should be better once Yellow is. Yeah, he's clicked up to Imperial Age. And Slam is losing yet another TC, but it's going to cost all the army from Red, I think, because now the lead Kashyyyks are here as well as the hand cannoneers. And yeah, Slam is generating gold here, as you can see. This is like Khmer farming. When the Kashyyyks are fighting, they're generating gold. This is looking quite pretty, to be honest. Slowing down now, and the hand cannoneer is taking care of the rest. So Slam probably has a relic or 2. Yeah, he's got 3 relics actually, and he's rebuilding 1 town center. He should at least have like 2 or 3 maybe, just in case. And now the hand cannoneers are moving forward. The champions and Halberdiers cannot really do anything against those hand cannons, and the Kashyyyks still around, so Slam is taking back control over this game, and the score is closing in. We have Yellow still trying to put pressure, but it's only lead skirmishers that are mangonel, no few rams inside. Looks like Blue wants to go with the castles finally, but Yellow is not really doing a lot, to be honest, and he's almost up to Imperial Age. He's got 86 villagers, could have a few more, a few idols here and there. Is he fighting? He's producing pikemen, and Slam in the meantime now is trying to put pressure on X-Force. I think, I hope I can go a bit faster without the game lagging too much. In the middle, Slam is taking the rest of this gold. He should have the most gold by far in this game. He's been taking extra golds everywhere, and he's got the 3 relics. So Slam is able to defend here and is now putting pressure on Red. Red, 119 villagers, not so many military units, and he's not transitioning into anything. Look at those resources. Could have gone for elite skirmishers, could have gone for siege onagers even, which would have been really awesome against the hand cannoneers. Maybe even boyars if you have castles, just for the last, just to go for the unique unit, which wouldn't really make too much sense, but okay. I think onager was at least something you needed to have, but now, as Red did not succeed in transitioning to anything else, I guess maybe he doesn't really know better what to do. He is under heavy pressure, and Slam is taking more and more control over this game. He's got a few trebuchets now around, a few Kashyyyks, so he wants to get rid of the castles from Flashgate, who is now in the score lead for his team, but not by a lot here. And Slam, yeah, that's the elite skirmishes finally happening. That's one way to counter this. We have a lot of hand cannoneers still for Slam, and let me slow down for a little bit once again. 1 trebuchet to, I guess, hit anything that is in its range. The elite skirmishers still making sure, yeah, and Red is going for those as well. But the hand cannoneers need to go back. Does Slam actually take the castles down? Where's the trebuchets? They're still not attacking because there's a few targets in, and Slam needs to multitask a lot now, I guess. We have 2 trebuchets hitting the TC now. Elite skirmishes only by red. Guess he doesn't have a lot of gold left, and yellow is not really too present here. A few skirms, but that's it. And Slam needs maybe some light cav hussars. Guess, yeah, I think Tatars have hussars, right? And Slam now is saying, okay, let's make sure that blue is not dying here. Let's give him some time to breathe. Take down the castles actually. Two trebuchets still not attacking, so Slam is probably busy defending at home or trying to attack. Henking is moving back now. The game is not over yet, and Flashkit and X-Force still in the score lead, but Slam is now turning into secret mode, I guess, into serious mode, and is trying to win this pretty much 1 against 2 or 1.5 against 2. Still targets in the trebuchets finally hitting the castles. Where's the Kashyyyks from Slam? Did it go down? The castles, or did he send them back? I don't see it. There's a few halberdiers now, but one trebuchet already down. The second trap might fall as well. It's still alive, and that means the castle here should go down. We have red and yellow fighting together now against Slam here. They know what they have to do to try and win this game. I guess they know that Slam is a really good player. You can see it in the score as well. And Slam still with the elite Kashyyyks and killing here, so he's going for the gold army. He's got a good amount of gold in the bank, but not too much. The KD, of course, the best for him. He's taking good fights, and now the Kashyyyks with 7 pierce armor actually, which is quite a lot. It's paladin level, are going against elite skirmishers, which can't really do anything against this, to be honest. So only the halberdiers could help out, and this is happening. The hand cannons could follow up. Finally, light cav on the field for Slam as well, and I feel like the game is slagging quite a lot. So maybe I'm gonna cut something here. That's possible at least. For now, I'm going to continue and cast. Castle coming up here from Flashkit. Did he lose 1 castle only? Yes, and there is markets actually, so Slam probably wants to see a trade. He's got a few trade cards, but this is not secure. He actually needs to make sure that yellow once and for all is being banned out of his teammates' map. Arena we have, or base, we have a lot of elite skirmishes from both red and yellow going down to the Kashyyyks here. Yeah, and it's lagging quite a lot. The game is going 1 hour and longer, and the longer the game goes, the worse it's going to be for my laptop. It's the more difficult it's going to be for my laptop to actually calculate everything, I guess. Not sure how this is working. We have, I saw some trebuchet in the middle taking down a house, because why not? Slam is sending halberdiers now as well, and the trade line is not safe. There's elite skirmishes and Tarkans around, so Slam actually doesn't do good to go for trade cards here, but I guess he cannot take any more gold other than the one in Wolfender's base, which Wolfender is taking for himself. And Slam now adding in his own elite skirmishes, so he's going for all the units that he actually needs to counter this. Cap rams as well. This is interesting. The first siege unit for Slam other than a few traps here. I think it's a good idea to go for rams. Tatars have siege rams? I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe. I didn't really look that up, and I don't really know the new civs too well. We have yellow still trying to put pressure, and he's actually able to do so. He's now running into a lot of halberdiers and elite skirmishers. Not sure, trying to go for the mangonels, but Wolfender finally trying to fight back, and I think this is a very good fight for him, so he should be able to secure the trade line for now at least. He's got a few farms here in the middle. He's got TC on the wood line, so he is spread out towards Slam's base where it's a little bit more secure. Slam, no resources whatsoever. He needs more villages, to be honest. 78 is not enough, but he is the one who is going for the pressure here, going to try and beat red now pretty much, and 130 villagers still, so red has a very good economy, a lot of stone in the bank, enough for 3 castles almost at least, and he could go for a lot more units, but he's not able to produce more apparently. He's going for helps, he's going for the skirmishes. He needed siege. I think Onachas would have made the difference here. If Slam was facing Onachas, he might have been in trouble. Like this, he's now taking the score lead with his team, 22k score, which makes sense. He's got more than double the kills compared to the death on his statistics, and he's going for the trade route now, which red and yellow just don't have yet. Not sure if they're going for the trade line here. For now, I don't see any preparations that would indicate that we're going to see a trade. And Slam is going with the siege rams now to actually go for the kill, I guess. Let me see if very fast is happening. Yeah, it's not looking too good. But okay, it's fine as long as I'm staying on one screen. Maybe don't move too much and the siege rams are moving forward. Could be alright. Slam now really putting a lot of pressure, and of course siege rams are a very decent unit or a very good unit to go against elite skirmishers. Those skirms, +1 attack only. Do Slavs not get the upgrades? I think at least Boatkin should be available for the Slavs, right? Slam is saying, okay, let's finally go into the space, try to raid for a little bit, and it looks like Red might lose a lot of villages here. He's now finally realizing, okay, there's Light Cav moving in, siege trams as well, and the TCs might go down, and TCs are down, and Red doesn't really have a lot of military units around, or not inside his base. He's got around his base a lot of elite skirmishers, but that's it, and he's losing TCs now. He might lose villages as well. Light Cav moving into the back. Those wood lines are terrible. No new lumber camps built. Red still got a lot of resources, but his population kept on 180. And Slam is moving into Light Cav. At the same time, Yellow and Red are pushing back Slam's army a little bit, but Red is losing everything. Look at that, the Light Cav being attacked by villagers. This is not good. Red is losing so many villas. This is terrible. I think this might be the winning move for Slam here, to take down Red, and then Yellow doesn't really stand a chance alone. In the meantime, Yellow is pushing into the trade line with Tarkans. Are they elite? Yes, elite Tarkans, almost fully upgraded, but Blue is able to defend, trying to go for more walls, which would be a good idea. And looks like Slam is now taking the main gold from Blue as well, which makes sense. He needs the gold. He wants to go for sea trams, hand cannoneers, Kashyyyks, whatever just suits him right now. We have a castle finally coming up for Red. He has got enough stone for another castle, but it's pretty much too late. Slam has hussars now. Doesn't really find too many villages, as Red only has 44 of them. This is not looking good. And Yellow with 16k, 91 villages, is looking okay. He's got cap drums, he should go for the siege drums upgrade. He's doing that right now. But is it going to be enough to fight Slam? I think they might be too late. I think that one big attack into Red's base might have been the nail on the coffin, and now Slam just needs to constantly pump army into this battle. And he's still got hand cannoneers, but it's pretty much elite skirmishes and help only, so the hussars should do a lot of damage, and the help's gonna really go close to this. We have a few onagers now on the field, so Slam in the end adding in onagers as well. This is surprising to me, to be honest, but okay, it makes sense against all the elite skirmishes. Slam has a trade line, so he's going for gold here. He's still taking gold as well. I thought that he's going for a TC here now, but I guess his villagers got killed by Yellow. Is still in a trade route somehow, even though this is walled, but is there some opening? Yeah, they broke through the gate, therefore the Tarkans once again doing damage, but Slam is on the forward here, and looks like missed a few good onager shots on the elite skirmishers. Nothing you haven't seen, but it's always a pleasure to see those shots. Actually, this castle should go down, and I think it's a matter of time until Flashgate and X-Force are calling the GG here. Let's move faster again and see how Slam... Yeah, X-Force is resigning. He's saying, no chance, my castle is going down. I have 38 villagers. I cannot really produce anything. And it's gonna be a matter of hopefully only seconds, not minutes, before Flashgate is realizing, okay, I don't really stand a chance. He did good damage on Blue. Blue wasn't really standing a chance here against this forward castle push. Slam was only helping later on, therefore it was an interesting battle for most of the game, but now Slam is saying, okay, let's get rid of the castles. And there's one castle from Yellow here, and then just attack him at home. No worry, he's going to be able to defend against Slam while at the same time pushing Blue. And Blue is not going to be killed here. He might be very low on everything. 10 villagers, 14 population, no food whatsoever, and he's building a market here to at least keep the trade line up in half the line, and it's actually taking minutes before Yellow's resigning. We should see a battle here. Elite skirmishers moving in, but those onagers, ooh, do we see another shot? No, not really. Slam though has enough military, and it's 84 against 82 to win this 1v1, and I think Slam with the onagers and trebuchets has the better army composition. The castle is going down, and Yellow should just call it GG, but I guess he was enjoying this battle and was trying to fight on for a little bit longer. Still Tarkans and elite skirmishers in Blue's base. Slam now in the end adding in heavy camels to counter the Tarkans. That's just beautiful. So Slam is using pretty much everything there is to know about Tatars. Not sure if he missed anything here. And the onagers, elite skirmishers, yeah, the trebuchets sitting in the buildings. This is over. Flashgate should resign here. He is on, what is that, 130 population, but now falling. He's losing the rest of his army inside Blue's base, and therefore no more attacking here. And Slam is now pushing into all those beautiful military buildings. tanks that are actually, or were actually producing a lot of skirmishes and probably some helps, but Slam's too fast. And now the siege rams, heavy camels moving in against the Tarkans, maybe one last fight here, but heavy camels are just such a good counter to the Tarkans, and those onagers are falling, but there's still trebuchets around, and Slam has a decent gold income. Therefore, Yellow finally calling the GG. I hope you enjoyed this game. Team games on this laptop, sadly no option for me, which is quite sad, but okay. And this one was quite nice because Slam went for the flaming camels here and that beautiful row of castles. See you in the next games. GG.